Hi, I'm Jessica, and welcome back to Chinese Pod.
Hi, I'm Josh. 欢迎回到中文播客。
In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at the sentence structure 依旧。
今天我们要学的是依旧。
So this sentence structure teaches us how to say, once I do this, then I do that. Or once this action happens, then this action follows.
当一件事情发生后，另一件事情很快地发生，我们会说依旧。
So this 依旧 is very important, and it implies that once one action is finished, the other action almost immediately follows, correct?
Yes.
Great. It's so useful for talking about your habits or even just talking about what you did in that day in general.
So for example, 我一看书就想睡。
Okay, so we can say, as soon as I start reading a book, I just want to fall asleep.
Great.
All right, so let's get started. All right, so why don't we have a little example about traveling? Where do we want to go, Josh?
How about Japan?
Yeah, let's do it. Japan, 日本。
他一到日本就得说日文。
Okay, so as soon as he arrived, or as soon as he got to Japan, he needed to speak Japanese.
Yes. Is that true?
I would say, I think for the most part, yes. I think a lot of people in Japan are not so used to speaking English. So when I went, it would have definitely been beneficial had I been able to speak some Japanese, for sure. Let's have another example, maybe about something that we do daily. So maybe we can have a sample sentence saying something like, as soon as I finish work, I like to go to the gym.
我们可以说我一下班就去健身房。
Okay, great. So as soon as I finished work, I went to the gym. So here I'm using it almost as a past tense thing. In this structure, you can use it to kind of signify a repeated action, a habit that you do, but it's not time specific, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I can say, yesterday, as soon as I finished work, I went to the gym. I usually go to the gym as soon as I finish work, or later I will do that.
Yes.
And they're all the same way, right? Which is?
我一下班我就去健身房。So they are using the same subject, 我. How about we can try this sentence structure with different subjects?
Yeah, it's a great idea. Why don't we use a non-human thing, right? Like an object. Why don't we try an alarm clock?
闹钟
闹钟, right? Great. So maybe we want to say, as soon as my alarm clock rings, I wake up.
闹钟一响我就醒来。
Okay, so as soon as the alarm rings, changing the subject here from alarm to me, I wake up.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's have another example where maybe we're at work and we're talking to our colleagues and the boss isn't around. What's something that we can say?
老板一来大家就不聊天了。
Okay, so as soon as the boss comes, everyone, so here we're going boss to everyone, changing those subjects, everyone stops chatting.
Yeah, 大家就不聊天了。
Accurate.
Another example could be 我一跟前女友分手她就交新的男朋友了。
Okay, so here we're saying, as soon as I broke up with my ex, or as soon as we broke up, my ex-girlfriend immediately went and found a new man. That hurts. So rather than describe an action followed by another action, what if we want to talk about how a feeling happens after an action? So once this happens, I become or I feel a certain way. How would we say that?
我们可以说你一看到老公心情就变好了。
Okay, that's really cute. So here we're saying, as soon as you see your husband, you become happy, right? 心情, your mood becomes positive. You feel good. Why don't we just look at some simple examples now, go through it just to really drive home that 依旧 structure that we have.
我们可以说哥哥一回家我就不能看电视了。
Okay, so as soon as Big Brother comes home, I can't watch TV. So we're switching the subjects here again, as we previously discussed. Big Brother to me. As soon as Big Brother comes home, I cannot watch TV anymore. Why can't I watch TV anymore?
哥哥一回家就看电视。
Okay, so it's implied, right? We didn't repeat the subject here, but as soon as Big Brother gets home, he immediately starts watching TV. So unfair. Okay.
所以我们可以说 哥哥一回家就看电视，所以我就不能看电视了。
Great. What about an example about the weather, right? So it's starting to rain. What can we say here using that 依旧 structure?
我们可以说，我一出门就下雨了。
Okay, so as soon as I leave, it immediately starts raining. And here that it subject doesn't really exist in Chinese, right? We wouldn't say 天气下雨.
天气下雨了。
Sounds a bit weird.
Yeah, it is.
Wouldn't say it. So it's implied, we would just say 下雨,就下雨. And how about now we're on our commute to work? What's something that we might hear?
So for example, if you're on the subway,
Okay.
在地铁站里，
Okay. In the subway station, what's something we might hear?
我们可能会听到，一发现可疑的人，就要马上告诉警察。
Okay, so you might hear on the intercom, as soon as you see a suspicious looking person, immediately report it to the authorities or report it to the police.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I don't know, what is a suspicious looking person?
Maybe it look like this.
Like this. Okay, like a cat. All right, so if you see someone and it's not Halloween and they're dressed as a cat, report them.
所以我们说，在地铁站里，一发现可疑的人，就要马上告诉警察。
So now that we finished today's lesson, maybe Josh, you can tell us what's the most important thing that we want our viewers to retain from this 依旧 structure.
The point is that 当一件事情发生后，另外一件事情很快地发生。
Okay, so remember that we're talking about once one thing happens, another thing almost immediately follows. So it can be a feeling or an action, but the important part is that it's happening right after, right?
大家可以在下面的留言处留言，用依旧的句型分享你们的生活习惯。So for example, 我一起床就喝咖啡。
Absolutely. We would love to learn more about you, so please feel free to leave those sentences in the comments below. Goodbye, everyone. 再见.
下次见，拜拜。
Introducing Chinese Pod Recap, the app with fast summary lessons. How much time do you have? Join us in the beta program. For more info, go to ChinesePod.com/recap.